So I'll go with the first one. So I've got never mix your personal funds with any borrowed funds. So as I was trying to talk about before with the loan, where you keep the whole loan as one big portion, that can be problematic. But also you never want to do the same thing with borrowed money. You never want to redraw any money that you've debt recycled and then put that in your normal transaction account. You don't want to do that whatsoever, because that money then becomes meshed. It becomes blended as one with your personal spending money. And obviously you've got transactions that are probably happening every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. And then it becomes less and less clear what money is investment related and what money is personal, because you've actually muddied the waters by blending that money together. So what you want to do is redraw that money, but send it straight to your brokerage account. Don't do anything else with it. Don't set it on any little excursions anywhere else. Just send it straight there and then invest it after that. You don't want to mix business with personal at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to double down on that too, you never want to redraw. Like whenever you redraw money from your loan, try and just get it straight out to your brokerage account, investing stuff sooner. It's less questions to answer, as Dave said, like, you know, because in theory it's like, oh, you redraw it and put it in your brokerage account, but then you don't buy anything for 6 months. Like if the ATO ever looked at that, they'd be like, that doesn't sound like an income producing asset to me. That just sounds like you put money in a random bank account with a company like Pearl or you know, Combank. So being quite militant about how you do that is just so important. And, you know, you can make a couple of mistakes too, I'm sure. Like I think at one point, Dave, I accidentally sent 10 grand from my mortgage account to like the wrong other account. I like paid something with it. And I was like, oh my God. So I just like quickly sent 10K back and that same day, and was like, okay, well the two transactions happened in the same day. And I'm not a tax advisor here, but I'm like, I feel like someone would look at that and be like, okay, there was no net money movement there. Nothing really changed the interest. So that's probably just one thing. Is like, if you do make a little mistake or two, I'm sure it's manageable. Just be militant about it.
And when it comes to creating that portfolio that you're building, it's worth remembering that because you've essentially borrowed this money to invest with and you're claiming tax deductions on the interest, you then don't want to sell those assets that you've acquired with the borrowed money, because remember, it's only deductible as long as you own that asset. If you, let's say you buy VAS or BGS or something like that with your debt recycled money, and then 2 years later, everything's going great, but you decide, hey, let me move my money to some other fund. I don't want to invest in that anymore. I want to invest in DHHF because I want a simple all-in-one portfolio. That's not a good idea, because the money you've used to acquire that asset, that borrowed money, is related to the asset that you first purchased. So you then don't want to sell that asset, because that will destroy the deductibility of the interest that you've accumulated on that loan, and that's being charged. So definitely want to keep that in mind. Only buy assets and only buy shares that you'll actually keep for a long time. You don't want to do any sort of trading with it. You don't even want to switch anything. So if you can't imagine owning something for maybe 5 or 10 years and debt recycling with it, just pick something else that you can, because that's, like I said, that's going to kill the deductibility of that interest. So be very careful with that.
Yeah.